I think that what we have to understand is that what is driving us on this very, very, very dangerous path is the economy, is economics. It's all about growth. These young entrepreneurs, let's find, but it's all about growth. We can't have growth forever in a finite world. Just can't do that. So if you're going to encourage entrepreneurs to grow, then they better well knock out another area, because our economy's got to shrink. It's way too big. Going to tell you two stories that show you what the dilemma is. In the 1980s, the British Columbia government gave a New Zealand forest company, Fletcher Challenge, a permit to log a valley called the Stein Valley in British Columbia. The Stein Valley is regarded by the Nlaka people as their valley, and it's sacred. And they came to me and asked if I would help them fight for the forest. So they didn't want any logging. So I said, okay, I'll help you. We'll see what we can do. And during the course of that battle, I met the CEO of Fletcher Challenge. And needless to say, what began as, oh, how do you do, escalated into a screaming match until he finally said, listen, Suzuki, are tree huggers like you willing to pay money to protect those trees? Because if you're not willing to pay money, they don't have any value till someone cuts them down. And that was an epiphany for me, because I realized in our economic system, he's absolutely right. Unless money is involved in some way, that forest has no value. And I said to him, but to the Nlaka people, that valley is sacred. In all of your economic discussions, where do you put what is sacred? You have no value. So that means in the economic system, that which is sacred is worthless, because there's no money involved in something sacred. And then I said, the problem is that forest, as long as it's intact, is taking carbon out of the air and putting oxygen back in. Not a bad service for an animal like us. You know what economists say when you cut the trees down and you lose that? Oh, that's an externality. It's not relevant to the economy. The trees are pumping water out of the ground, modulating weather and climate. It's irrelevant. The trees hold the soil, so when it rains, the soil doesn't run and spoil the salmon spawning grounds. Irrelevant. So the things that forest is doing to keep the planet healthy for us and all other life is dismissed by economists as irrelevant. So number one problem with this system, why is it when we talk about pipelines or super tankers of oil going around, why is it we got to always hear about the economic advantage of it? They shouldn't even be in the discussion, because we're talking about the future of the planet. The economy and the corporate agenda is driving us in the direction we're on.
And so what do you think is the number one industry right now that has to embark on immediate and radical change
They're all, but obviously the fossil fuel industry, right, which I keep saying to CEOs is, you're an energy company. Don't call yourself an oil company. You're an energy company. Now, fossil fuels are a sunset industry. Why don't you show that you're looking ahead? Become the leader in renewable energy. That's where it's at.
There you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Unstoppable with me, your host, Kerwin Rae. And please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you get to see all of these interviews in the flesh. Share this podcast with your friends. I would love to hear what you guys think. Thanks for joining us.